Young has to get on the show a little bit early, so we're going to rush through the news very quickly right now. Yeah. That's not it. Oh. It's time for news. All the news you never want to know about with great videos that are totally cropped and unviewable. Here it is. Jeff Sills in the newsroom. What's happening?
All right, so we're going to do a real quick recap on the stuff that's been going on with Gatwick, because one of the things that I guess people didn't really take into consideration was the impact that the poor decisions that were made in regards to these supposed drone sightings, the impact that it had on the airlines. So just Gatwick alone, they had the airlines lost $64.5 million in the few days that they were impacted.
That's insane.
Yeah, the other airlines or the other airports that were impacted, I would imagine, because they were down for like 3 days, were considerably higher. And as part of all of the, I guess, the freakiness for that, you would figure that people would be a little bit more careful around the airports. But no, just a few days after Gatwick, a gentleman decided that he wanted to fly his model plane within 500 meters of the Britain's busiest airport. And so a judge arrested him and fined him, and
that's what he looked like.
Lose his plane.
What's his name?
Yep. This is George Russo. 38.
George Russo. Seen here, not
What's his
caring.
address?
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, and the thing is that he wasn't even flying a drone. He was flying a model airplane. But of course, naturally, the media decides to, tie us all in together.
Well,
So
at least he wasn't flying a drone. I mean, if there's that silver lining, but
yeah, but on to carry this on, because the government in England is now so reactive to stuff that's going on with drones, there's a new law that they're introducing. And get this, the people that they're penalizing are people that fly toy drones. So children could be fined 2,500 pounds for using a toy drone at their house.
And they're not going to be the ones that are going to pay for it. It's going to be the parents.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
which means they're destroying the market, because then parents would just stop buying the things.
Yeah. So the CAA is definitely needs to, I guess, seriously rethink about what they're doing. But that's sort of what has been traveling along with that. Now, of course, we had our own instance here first of the week, because Newark decided that they were going to ground some flights because a pilot.
That all landing and takeoffs were halted after two pilots reported seeing a drone at 3,500 feet. It was visible near Teterboro Airport, just 17 miles to the north, but on the very flight path to Newark.
Obviously a safety concern. I mean, these things could hit, like the birds hit the wings.
She has great shoulders, I assure you.
And a plane can come down. My son just flew in from Barcelona. He was on one of those planes that had to be delayed. It's very nerve-wracking.
Drones need to be played with in their own area. They shouldn't play with them around the airport because it's dangerous.
They're a nuisance and they shouldn't be allowed, obviously. But what can they do? How can you stop them being... People are allowed to own them privately. So how do you stop them flying over the airport?
The FAA prohibits drones from being flown anywhere within 5 miles of any airport. Hours after the shutdown, the board showed still many delays, departures, as well as arrivals.
I really don't even feel like doing the show tonight, to be honest.
Well,
I mean, you're getting 1/4 of the video. I've got beautiful videos to share, but I'm going to save them until next week or later, or maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I am so... There's one little thing to click, and I know people in the chat are like, use OBS, use all these other things. Just stop it. Just stop it. I appreciate your suggestions, but no. So we have to figure out which check thing to check. I have to be in a good mood to do these shows. I am not in a good mood. But I appreciate everybody hanging out.
We'll sit down with Greg and we will nail it and we'll get it fixed, as
and it'll
we
be
always
like,
do.
It'll be like, oh, it's just that one thing. Okay. Okay. So what do we do? What do we do now if we can't show any videos?
Well, okay. So to finalize the discussion on the Newark thing, and one thing I want to point out on this, is that, they said that they saw that drone at 3,000 feet. And if you also check the weather that day, the weather was not conducive to drone flying. So there's a lot of, I guess, circumstantial evidence right now that's saying that wasn't a drone. So I think it's fact or fiction at this point. My thing is fiction at this. I don't think there was a drone.
Well, I'm glad we had time for
high.
that one story. We had a whole bunch of stories. We only have time for that one story, because we have to bring Young in, and the other stories had video along with them. I apologize, everybody. This is the worst show, and people are saying stuff like aspect ratio. Believe me, I know about all that stuff. I know. It's Jeff. Please try to explain. There's a 3-monitor system, and there's something that's not talking. Something with Alienware. Now, this is nothing against Alienware, but something with Alienware, one little program was preventing me from using my screen capture to get the videos in the first place. I have literally been in here. I am getting an ulcer, to be honest. I'm weighing if this show is even worth it or not for me to continue to do.
That was a known documented bug between Alienware software and Snagit.
Yeah, but I've been in here along with Jeff to midnight every night this week working these things out.
God bless you guys.
And it shouldn't be that hard.
As someone who just hops in to co-host from time to time, this show is huge for the drone community. And I know that I can speak for a lot of people in the chats that truly appreciate the work that you go into this, because it's not just what you guys see here. And now I'm talking to the chatter people, but I mean, it's all week you're putting in work for this, getting ready, getting crap together, and that's huge, man. This show has been, I would really say, very pivotal in the cohesiveness that is the drone community on YouTube. And I would tip my hat to you, sir.
I appreciate
if it weren't
that.
Held on by my headphones.
I'm a perfectionist.
I know.
I've been doing radio shows for years. I've always done more show prep than most other morning shows.
And that's off day is better than most people on an on day, which is saying a lot. I mean, on the days where I feel like I'm killing it on my channel, they're still not as good as your bad days.
Well,
so
I appreciate that.
Rest assured, it's still good, man. You're still good.
I really appreciate it. We don't need to turn this into a pat Ken on the head thing,
Well,
but I do work hard. And I appreciate the feedback, and I do read all of the comments, and I will go back and I will read, because right now the chat, this is a great screen, but the chat is like teeny tiny, and I still can't read it. So there's other things that we got to work out.
Well, and I was going to pass along a message to you. Greg said to Skype him. Yeah, if you get a chance, he'll come in and help explain stuff.
So see, you're getting all these people digital high fives all through the comments.
Well, thank you. Let's go ahead and just try to move on, because we have a very lovely young lady named Young, and Jeff. Thanks, man. I'll talk to you later. I know you got to do family stuff, and I'm
Take good care, sir.
Thanks, bud. Now I got to figure out how to do this. It's a whole. This is the first time I've. It's like starting over.